A blank wall on a street in Beevis Mount has been transformed with an art showcasing Southampton's history. And our reporter Shan Robins found out more about the project that was a community collaboration.
Visitors to Beevis Mount are welcomed by the murals seen on the side of the Bitter Virtue beer shop, just as Alma Road adjoins Cambridge Road. Beevis Mount is an area of Southampton lying between the River Itchen and the Avenue, a tree-lined road leading into the centre of the city. Put forward as an idea by a small group researching Beevis Mount history, the mural has been designed in 3 specific panels that celebrate the local history.
The first panel is just to remind ourselves of where the Beevis Mount estate came from, because it was originally a country house estate established in 1723 by the 3rd Earl of Peterborough. And also at the entrance to the estate were some things called the Stag Gates. They were put up in about the 1840s, and they're very iconic to Southampton because although they were put down in the 1920s, lots of people will tell you that they remember them, even though they can't possibly remember them. So with the first panel is of the Beevis Mount house and the Stag Gates, and we've still got bus stops and car firms named after the Stag Gates, so people know about those. And then the middle panel is the map of the Beevis Mount area in 1905, when lots of it had been sold off for housing. Lots of people work for the Ordnance Survey. There's a variety of houses. There's terraced houses, villas, particularly in this part of the estate, which is Alma Road and Avenue Road. And then the final part, which I'm standing in front of, is iconic images of Southampton and this area. The Titanic, which had quite a few residents died on the Titanic. The Alma Inn, which is a pub that used to be here, the horse-drawn tram. And we've also got the suffragette. We had some famous suffragettes living in the Beevis Mount estate.
We were inspired by things we've seen in other places. I saw some murals in Lyon in France, and we just thought it would be a lovely way to contribute to the community. And this, as it happened, was a very neglected, drab, blank wall, and it was the perfect place to do it. And I happen to have an old friend, not in the sense that he's old, but I've known him for a long time, and he's a street artist, and so it just seemed all to come together. And his name is Slam, and he came along and looked at the wall and said, "I've always wanted to do something on this wall."
The community and local businesses got involved with paint donated and funds raised by events including pub quizzes and a fair. It took artist Slam Daniels and a small team helping him over a month to complete the work of art, with most of the painting done in the evenings. People passing the wall say the art is not only lovely to look at, but they can also learn something.
I cycle over here from Bitton Park regularly to go to the Hawthorns for a cup of tea, just for exercise. I'm very interested in local history, and I was very pleased to see that they've done this mural here. I didn't realise that the trams went down Spear Road and Lodge Road. I didn't know they went that way, but on here it clearly illustrates it. And there's lots of information here for anybody who wants to read what it's all about.
The Beevis Mount History Group have already begun fundraising towards their next work of art.
What we would like to do is remember the 3rd Earl of Peterborough, who was a war hero in the 1720s, and we've got quite a few roads that are named after him that we wonder if people remember. So Earls Road, Peterborough Road, and even Mordaunt Road, and they're all on the map. And so what we'd like to do in Earls Road is have a mural of the Earl and his wife, who was a famous opera singer, and also to remind us of Pope, who was a great friend of the Earl.
This is Shan Robins for That's Solent.